A pair of 5-1 SEC teams that are both coming off disappointing conference losses will look to get back in the win column as the Missouri Tigers head to Lexington to take on the Kentucky Wildcats. Both of these teams fell from the top 25 rankings last week as the Tigers lost at home to LSU and Kentucky got thumped by Georgia. So which team will bounce back and improve to 6-1 on the year? I'll have that along with my pick for the contest coming up in just a few moments. But first, as always, if you're enjoying this content, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you'd like to be alerted of any more of our betting content, go ahead and subscribe to our channel as we release picks and predictions for every sport you can think of every single day. Now, taking a look at the Wager Talk Live odds screen, we see that Kentucky is a 2.5-point home favorite, total sitting at 52.5 or 53. Now, this spread would sort of indicate that these teams are fairly evenly matched, but I'm not sure that's the case. Kentucky doesn't really have a signature win yet. If you'd like to consider their beatdown of an overvalued Florida Gators team a good win, I won't necessarily argue, but we've seen inconsistency from the Gators this season. Sure, Kentucky was able to run easily on a very good run defense, but Florida's offense isn't a real challenge for any SEC team. Still, the Wildcats haven't played anyone else of caliber this season, and it's starting to show. Missouri's got a top 25 offense in the country, and they're 12th in the nation in passing. I've said for weeks that Brady Cook is the best quarterback in the SEC that no one's talking about, and he continues to impress. He's third in the conference in passing yards, second in passing touchdowns and QBR. The Wildcats' pass defense is middle of the road, and they just gave up 389 yards to Carson Beck. Kentucky's run defense is very good, but Mizzou doesn't need to run the ball to be effective. Biggest problem for the Wildcats is their offense. Devin Leary isn't playing well, and Kentucky has very little catch-up ability. Leary's only completing 45% of his passes in conference play this year, and he could only muster up 205 yards passing against Vanderbilt. If Kentucky gets behind early like they did to UGA, it'll be difficult for them to throw themselves back into the game. However, if they can control the game on the ground like they did against Florida, they'll be able to keep it close. Now, the Tigers' defense is a liability and they can be scored upon. But again, I don't think Kentucky has the firepower on offense to do so. Running back Ray Davis was phenomenal against Florida, racked up 280 yards on the ground. But he hasn't rushed for 100 yards in any other game this season. He's averaged over 10 yards per carry against Florida and Akron. In his under 3 games, he's averaging just 4.2 yards per rush. So could the good Ray Davis show back up? I'm sure it's possible, but Missouri has the quick strike ability to stay close in this game. Kentucky will also have to deal with Luther Burden, who leads the SEC in receiving. He's basically unguardable at this point, and if Kentucky can't slow him down, the Tigers will have a huge advantage. I think the Missouri offense will be too much for Kentucky here. Whichever offense can execute their style more effectively will win this game, and from that standpoint, I won't back Devin Leary. I'll take the points with the Tigers and even put some down on the money line as well. If you're interested in more trends, game breakdowns, and picks, go ahead and check out this next game video.